So today we're going to discuss how to log into InSite and use the different tools that InSite offers students. So if you would, go ahead and open up a new browser window. Most of the time this link will be placed in WaveNet or on D2L. You'll have it available. It's also on the maroon access card, but it's basically www.cengage.insight.com/insight. So this is the splash page for InSite. You won't actually need anything on this page other than the login link that's located in the upper right-hand corner. From here you'll get a pop-up window where you enter your email address that you registered with and the password that you created when you registered with InSite. When you log in, you'll get the InSite homepage, which basically is just a jump page for any classes that you're signed up with that use InSite. If you see it says Early Georgetown Technical College, InSite in the middle of the screen, you'll want to click on the hyperlink course name that's below that, English 101 Online, or whatever it might be for your instructor. The homepage for the course is actually the assignment Dropbox, so we'll discuss those tools first. To submit any assignment, first check the start and due dates. If the start date is not the current date, then you won't be able to upload the paper. However, if the start date is already passed, then you will be able to submit a paper. Here the student user has already submitted a paper, so the icon in gray says resubmit instead of submit. If this was the first assignment, it would say submit only. If you click on that submit link, you'll get a load page where it'll automatically include your name, give your essay a title, then find the relevant essay file by hitting Browse and selecting it from your computer files. Select Open, select Upload, wait while the load bar goes through. Then you'll get a review page of your paper. Now keep in mind that this preview screen that you see right now will not include any formatting. Don't fret. If you had properly spaced your paper and included icons in the right spots, they will still be there for the version that's graded by the instructor. This is just a preview window for you to make sure that you've selected the right file. When you're confident of that, hit Submit. You'll get a yellowed out bar that says you successfully submitted this paper. You get a receipt number. Also, a receipt will be sent to the email that you registered with. Use this to have proof that you uploaded your paper. And if you go back to the class portfolio, now you'll see a green button next to the paper that shows that the submission is complete. That's how you know that a paper has been uploaded. If in the event that you've uploaded the wrong paper or you want to make changes, simply select the resubmit icon anytime before the due date of the paper and you'll be able to turn in another paper. Now let's look at additional functionality from the assignment draft page. Select Show Details for the narrative essay rough draft. If you scroll on down on the right-hand side, you'll see a variety of icons that may be grayed out. The originality report is something that you can check on to make sure that you have not inadvertently copied someone else's work for your paper. If you see any % sign there, that means that part of the paper is coming from an outside source. Now, % sign might not actually be bad if, say, you're using a research paper or you're using quotes and paraphrases correctly. Those still might show up. If you click on that link, should there be any plagiarized material, it'll actually hyperlink that and give you a web link to where you can review that original material. The next icon is a grayed out apple, and it says Grade Mark Report. When this link is active, the apple will turn red and green. This means that your paper has been graded or commented on by the instructor. When you click on that link, if it were active, you would get a pop-up screen with your paper in the original format, and instructor's comments will be inserted over the top of it. The last link is Download Paper. This is simply a way for you to re-access the original file format in the event that you lost it. So if you clicked on that link, you would be able to re-download your paper as a Word document. Now let's look at additional functionality for assignments. The other thing that you may or may not use for InSite is for peer mark. Peer mark is a way for you to do a peer review online through InSite. If you click on Show Details for peer mark, scroll on down. If the peer mark assignment was active and it was time for you to complete the assignment, the Start Review icons would show in green. When you click on the Start Review icon, someone else's paper would pop up. You will be able to make comments on it and save them, as well as fill out form field questions that the instructor designed for the course. Fill out the assigned questions, then hit Submit Review, and you're done. Additionally, once the peer marker assignment is done, you can also go back to this link to view reviews that other students have done of your papers, and they would show up on the right-hand side of that screen. Now let's look at some other options that you have for usage in InSite. If you look on the left-hand side of the screen, you get a variety of links. The main one that you'll use we're on right now, Class Portfolio. Many of the links may not be used given that Horry Georgetown Technical College uses WaveNet and D2L. For example, My Grades, Discussion, and Calendar are all relevant if this was going to be used as a course homepage. Your instructor probably will not use those. The links that you do want to pay attention to, though, the first one that I would highlight is the ebook. This is a handbook on InSite and has course content as well. However, it is not a replacement for the actual print textbook that you purchased with the class. They are not the same. The link below it I'll ask Jen to select, Resources for Writers. This is an interactive website where you can get additional help with the basic mechanics of writing. It'll take you through the research process, grammar and proofreading, and it'll also talk about how to avoid plagiarism. Click on any one of those modules, you'll get an interactive web page where you can actually conduct grammar exercises. It will give you tips on how to proofread papers. It will give you tips on how to paraphrase a paper. Right now we'll take a look at one of the grammar exercises. So what will happen is you'll get a series of questions where you fill out the radio button to select the right answer, and it'll tell you if you've gotten the right answer or not. If you select the wrong answer, it will show the correct answer so that you can study by it. Then once you've selected a question, you hit the right-hand navigational key to move to the next question in a series of exercises. You can repeat those as many times as you like, and there's literally about 30 different modules that you could use there. So if we'll go back to the main InSite Hub now, below that there's a link that says Personal Tutor. This is a very valuable link for you to use. Because you've purchased and used InSite, you also have access to free online tutoring. There are certain times of day where there's a live tutorial available. If you click on the live tutorial, you'll be able to live chat with another English instructor right then and there, and you can ask them questions about your papers, submit papers. You can also ask questions about InSite. You just click on the link to ask a question, and submit it, and they'll respond to you in a live chat window. In the event that you don't have the time for a live tutorial, you can also click on the link that says Paper Center, and that will allow you to submit a paper for review by one of the InSite tutors. Generally, the turnaround time after you submit a paper is about 24 hours. You'll get an email receipt back saying that the paper is available for download. You download it and you can review comments that are made in Microsoft Word. If we go back to the InSite main hub now, one other link that you might want to use is the link that says InfoTrack. This is simply another library-style research database where you can pull up articles for papers by searching for a keyword. This is on top of the online databases that are available through the Horry Georgetown Technical College Library. You may choose to use both in order to find the best selection of articles. So that concludes our basic overview of InSite. Be sure if you have any questions about anything that we showed you today that you ask your instructor.